A paralyzed gang leader fatally shot in an ambush. First tonight on Our News, live at 7. The incident putting the country's murder count to 45 as investigators now probe the circumstances. And students abroad. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs urges Bahamians to register amid global unrest as pro-Palestinian protests impact U.S. universities. Plus, Bahamas World Athletics relays conclude with rave reviews from athletes. Hospitality and atmosphere shine as the newly renovated stadium leaves a lasting impression. Then in Our News at 7:30, we go to Grand Bahama, where residents voice concerns over a neglected 8 Mile Rock Park. The Member of Parliament responds to mounting community worries. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. A paralyzed gang leader gunned down during an ambush by masked gunmen this morning, putting the country's murder count to 45 for the year. While investigators are tonight probing the circumstances, Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skipping spoke with reporters on the scene.
It was shortly before 7 o'clock when our department was notified of gunshots emanating on the Fleming Street west of Hospital Lane. A male, the driver of a black Acura TLX, pulled up to a residence here on Fleming Street, and immediately he was accosted by 3 masked males.
News of the killing spread like wildfire. The victim, Michael Fox Jr., leader of the Fox Hill Outlaws gang. Fox was bound to a wheelchair after he was left paralyzed by a shooting on Ida Street in 2015. Videos circulated on social media of Fox slumped over in the driver's seat of his vehicle after crashing into a white truck, the car riddled with bullets.
He was a prolific offender that was well known to us. We've had him in our custody a number of times. We've spoken to him.
Sources tell Our News Fox's gang was feuding with the Mad and Dirty South gangs. He was believed to be the mastermind of a $1 million heist of an armored truck at Odyssey Airport last year. Dino Smith, one of Fox's associates who was also a suspect in that heist, was killed in an ambush in January as he drove along Prince Charles Drive. Smith's passenger, Shatir Wells, also killed in the incident.
When these individuals come into custody, you ask them, who may want to take your life? These are questions the fine men and women from the Criminal Investigations Department ask on a daily basis. But they refuse to provide us with the information. And when you refuse to provide us with the information, incidents like this could be your fate.
Meanwhile, Bahamian students now being urged to register with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before crises arise. This as pro-Palestinian protests have swept across universities in the United States. Representatives at the Bahamian consulate offices in both New York and Los Angeles also advising students to steer clear. Marlena Leonard is following this.
We want them to take full advantage of becoming a part of the international database of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs so we know where you are, how we can help, and how best to reach out to you.
That's Consul General at the Bahamas Consulate General Los Angeles, Joy A. Newbold. Newbold tells us they've received many calls from concerned Bahamian parents and citizens in the area after the recent protests and demonstrations at the University of California, Los Angeles. The demonstrations are a part of a wave of pro-Palestinian activism going on at American universities, demanding an end to the war in Gaza and that their universities divest from things fueling the conflict. On Thursday, over 200 people were arrested at UCLA, and police had to use flashbang devices as they tried to get crowds to disperse. Newbold has this advice for Bahamians in the area.
We encourage our students on campuses to avoid large demonstrations and crowds, always maintain a heightened sense of awareness while they are in public, but continue to be aware of their surroundings and obviously to trust their instincts. You know, we ask that they also reach out to us via our emergency lines as quickly as possible so that we know who you are, where you are, and that you are safe. And if there are any great concerns that you may have, we can try to assist where best we can.
For the consulate's full press release, you can visit the Bahamas Consulate General Los Angeles Facebook page. But Newbold says even if you're not in an area currently affected, you should still register with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Well, we want to encourage Bahamian students in particular. Again, we ask that they go and register and visit the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website where they can register in the international database so that they can become a part of the registration database. And it's not just in times like these, we then have to make general inquiries or hear from parents as to whether or not they have students or Bahamian citizens and visitors around the neighborhood.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, and to hear that advice again, be sure and head over to Our News on Facebook. Well, the Bahamas certainly knows how to put on a great show. That's according to hundreds of athletes who were in town over the weekend for the World Athletic Relays. Our Sasha Lightbourne spoke with several.
And with that, the 2024 World Athletics Relays Bahamas ended with a bang. Literally, the thing that stood out the most for the athletes, the Bahamian hospitality and the atmosphere in the newly renovated Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium.
It's a nice country, beautiful. So it's my first time here and I enjoy it. It's a shame that I have to go back tomorrow, but I promised my husband that we have to come back here.
We came out here and the crowd was jumping and it gets the blood pumping. Being in the Bahamas, great crowd, as you can see, great atmosphere, sold out stadium, the best.
And the people are just very sweet and nice. So far it's been really, really good. Bahamas is probably like one of our far cousins. So it's really nice here. We're enjoying it.
Like, I've been to a lot of championships, and this one by far has the most energy. Like, the people in the crowd bring so much energy. They're so loud, and it's just so enjoyable.
It's amazing. I love being here in the Bahamas. The hospitality is great. The energy in the stadium is great.
I like any energy. I like any vibe. The track felt really good. I like the little stage in the middle. That was a big entrance. I like that.
And the athletes were also impressed with the brand new Mondo track as well.
It feels fast. Some brand new tracks they take years to like wear and tear and then they're good. This track right here took no time, nice and soft, but also firm. So when you put force on that track, you will get force out of it.
The track feels amazing. It gives you a bit like back. The more force you put in the track, the more you give, and it just propels you forward.
It was really fast. It was really good. It is really good.
Yeah, the track felt so good. It was incredible.
It is amazing. I think it's one of the fastest tracks I've ever been on. It's unreal. I hope there's more championships here in the future.
Next year's World Relays are set to be held in China. Reporting for Our News, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Sasha. What a proud moment for us. And we've got more highlights from those relays over the weekend coming up in our sports and Our News at 7:30. Much more to get to tonight. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Ginino, and happy Monday evening, everybody. A warm day around the islands and temperatures still on the warm side outside our studios. 79 degrees with few clouds. It's a bit on the breezy side. Your winds are out of the east at 14 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 79. Temperatures around the islands right now, it is 78 in Freeport, 77 over in Marsh Harbour, Abaco, and Governor's Harbour, 79 in Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros, and over in Great Harbour Key. Central Bahamas, 78 Kemps Bay, Georgetown, and in Deadman's Key. Pair of 77s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, and Coburn Town, San Salvador. And into the southeast Bahamas, Duncan Town, Ragged Island. You have some thunderstorms nearby, temperature of 80 degrees. Delectable Bay, 79, also with some showers nearby. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, 77, 78 in Abrams Bay. You guys have some thunderstorms nearby as well. 79 in Turks and Caicos Islands, Providenciales. Matthew Town, Inago, deep south, you guys at the warm spot at 81 degrees. Satellite radar composite showing drier conditions across the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas, courtesy of a high-pressure system in charge. We have a mid and upper level disturbance that's moving across the southeast Bahamas that's triggering some showers and some isolated thunderstorms across that area. We expect most of this activity to be moving into the open Atlantic, and high pressure will once again build across the southeast Bahamas. We're looking for some warm temperatures over the next couple of days. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at the extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on Our News, revolutionizing farming in the Bahamas. 2 container farms, each with massive capacity, headed to North Andros and Eleuthera. What's special? We'll tell you how this farming is controlled from a smartphone. And a new taxi code of conduct takes center stage at a recent town hall. We'll tell you the procedures expected to enhance customer experience when Our News returns.
A whole new season season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
Look who we caught here on the Charlie Bahamas Show, Andrew Zimmerman. But listen, this is like your second home.
It is my second home. I'm 75% Bahamian.
Oh yeah, 75%. And this show is 100% Bahamian. Tell me about your path to becoming a chef. And while you do that, hold this so I could eat.
Growing up in a house with my mom.
I love fire engine. If you had a fire engine, you've never been to Bahamas.
So catch Charlie Bahamas' new episodes on our TV, Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you...
Now to food security efforts, as 2 container farms, each said to have the capacity of 3 acres of farmland, have officially been handed over to the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, BAMSI, in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. 1 container is heading to North Andros, the other to Eleuthera. The repurposed shipping containers will allow farming to be done from a smartphone with the controlled environment, promising year-round farming possibilities. Co-founder of Eden Farms, Lincoln Deal, says food security is national security.
Food security is very important to the livelihood of a nation and also the future of a nation. And it's important for us to become more food secure than we currently are because we rely too much on imports. And so we need to increase our level of productivity. And the way that you do it is to start growing more. And there are different types of growing. And so containerized farming is just one of the more innovative and most innovative approaches to some of the greenery and opportunities to grow food on a consistent basis. Food security is important not just in Nassau, but throughout our islands. And so that has always been our mandate and always our goal.
The 320 square foot containers are said to be able to grow up to 500 varieties of crops and are capable of producing up to 4,000 heads of lettuce on a weekly basis. As for where this all leads, here's co-founder and chief financial officer of Eden Farms, Gilbert Kassar.
Where this is going is in the hands of the Bahamian people, into the classroom, and so there's a big focus on education and training and what that leads to in terms of research and development and further innovation, and presumably throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This first stop will of course be Andros and Eleuthera and beyond.
A new code of conduct taking center stage at a recent town hall meeting for taxi cab and livery drivers. The meeting at Bahamar follows the signing of a conduct code last month that puts policies and measures in place, including a dress code, alcohol consumption rules, and valid license requirements. Stakeholders expressed concerns with Transport Minister Jobeth Colby Davis sought to address.
The role of our taxi drivers in driving equality and leading to the fight for fairness is a part of our nation's history. Thousands of visitors. Now I'm hearing the numbers are creeping up to like millions. So I should say millions of visitors use our taxi service. Bahamians use our taxi service, and hundreds of Bahamian drivers earn a living through working in this taxi industry. And the Davis administration is committed to leaving the taxi sector in a better condition than we met it.
Bahamas Hotel Tourism Association President Robert Sands also addressed the meeting and called the standards vital.
What it is they say about first impressions is that you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We can also say last impressions are lasting impressions. When a guest chooses to journey with you, they are not merely moving them, you are not merely moving them from point A to point B. You are, in fact, setting the stage for what will be their positive experience in our Bahamas.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Hamas says it has approved a ceasefire deal for Gaza put forward by foreign mediators. Plus, how the Olympics are gearing up to face cybersecurity threats. And the dramatic footage of a bridge collapsing into a river in Brazil. When our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
Look who we caught here on the Charlie Bahama Show, Andrew Zimmerman. But listen, this is like your second home.
It is my second home. I'm 75% Bahamian.
Oh yeah, 75%. And this show is 100% Bahamian. Tell me about your path to becoming a chef. And while you do that, hold this so I could eat.
Growing up in a house with my mom.
I love fire engine. If you had a fire engine, you've never been to Bahamas.
So catch Charlie Bahama's new episodes on Our TV Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you know Sally?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not.
Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Hamas says it has approved a ceasefire deal for Gaza put forward by Qatari and Egyptian mediators. It is not yet known exactly what the group has agreed to and whether the group will give Israel its backing. The announcement comes as Israel has urged 100,000 Palestinians to leave eastern Rafah ahead of a limited military operation. People gathered in front of the Kuwait hospital in Rafah on the southern Gaza Strip on Monday and celebrated Hamas's announcement. Paris 2024 is gearing up to tackle an unprecedented cybersecurity challenge, anticipating significant pressure during this summer's games. Organized crime, activists, and states pose major threats during the Olympics from July 26 to August 11th and the Paralympics from August 28 to September 8th. Paris 2024 says it is working closely with the French National Agency for Information Security and cybersecurity firms Cisco and Eviden to mitigate cyber attacks.
If you think about all the various ways of attacking the games, this is everything, and when we say this is unprecedented, it's not because of the amount, it's because of the sophistication, and it can come from everywhere. Will it come with phishing? Maybe. It might be coming from other parts, of the system. So there is no hierarchy on what would be the type of attacks that threatens us,
And in southern Brazil, this dramatic footage captured a man narrowly avoiding a river plunge as a motorway bridge collapsed. Heavy rains triggered deadly floods, claiming 39 lives, with 68 still missing. Tens of thousands evacuated, facing power and water disruptions. A collapsed dam added to the chaos, submerging towns under a 6.6-foot wave. Unusual weather patterns, including high temperatures, humidity, and winds, have exacerbated the flooding crisis. Caribbean has suspended cruises to Labadie, Haiti, until September 2024 due to ongoing civil unrest. Despite Labadie's distance from Port-au-Prince, a statement from a senior cruise line executive said the recent violence has prompted caution. Though not a private island, Royal Caribbean's Haitian destination is a walled-off 260-acre beach site with enhanced security. Royal Caribbean urges caution in booking cruises to the region, emphasizing it will prioritize passenger safety. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was May 6th. Then in our news at 7:30, hundreds ride the waves at this year's Poker Run. We'll tell you the high-stakes fun at Bahamas Powerboat Club's Poker Run, but first, 8 Mile Rock Park neglect sparks outcry in West Grand Bahama. Residents demand action when our news returns.
Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
Look who we caught here on the Charlie Bahamas show, Andrew Zimmerman. But listen, this is like your second home.
It is my second home. I'm 75% Bahamian.
Oh yeah, 75%. And this show is 100% Bahamian. Tell me about your path to becoming a chef. And while you do that, hold this so I could eat.
Growing up in a house with my mom, I love fire engine. If you had a fire engine, you've never been to Bahamas.
So catch Charlie Bahamas' new episodes on our TV Cable Bahamas channel 212.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not.
Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is...
Welcome back to our news. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was May 6th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1926, Act number 27, known as the Cat Island and San Salvador or Watlin's Island Names Act, was enacted, altering the names of the two islands. San Salvador was renamed Cat Island, while Watlin's Island became San Salvador. In 1952, the Bahamas Amateur Athletics Association, B3As, was established. Later evolving into the Bahamas Association of Athletics Associations, its purpose was to represent Bahamian athletes in international competitions. May 6, 1973. The inauguration of the Bahamian Museum at Jumbay Village took place, funded by contributions from students and teachers of the Bahamas. In 2015, Errol Brown, the lead vocalist of the soul funk group Hot Chocolate, passed away at the age of 71 at his residence in Nassau. Then fast forward to 2020. when the bridge linking Spanish Wells to Russell Island collapsed, though fortunately without casualties or injuries. However, the incident disrupted water supply to Russell Island. And in 2022, following medical examinations, 3 American tourists tragically lost their lives due to carbon monoxide poisoning at Sandals Emerald Bay Resort in Georgetown, Exuma. All right, well, guess who's turning 15 and throwing the ultimate celebration? It's Island Luck's anniversary. And just how are they marking this milestone? Well, the online gaming company showering customers with thousands of dollars worth of prizes. Christina Woods was one of the lucky winners.
I am here with Miss Christina Woods. Miss Woods, congratulations. How do you feel? Happy. So what was your lucky door? 6. Number 6. So Miss Wood had the spirit of discernment and she was able to pick the lucky door.
All right, lucky door on May 6th. Interesting. Island Luck has dedicated the entire month to giving back, and the company says the family islands won't be left out. Erica McDonald is events coordinator.
We appreciate our customers so much that we decided to dedicate a full month and a half to the initiatives that we have going on. As of May 10th, we will be on Freeport, and the festivities will last until June 18th. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram for our routes, so you can see where you can win up to $50,000 in catches and prizes.
All right, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. It's going to do it for us at News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall. He's got the latest headlines. Italia?
Yes, again, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, too.
Week.
One down, more to go.
More to go. All right, thanks so much, Ken. Well, hundreds ride the waves at this year's Polka Run. Plus, an 8-Mile Rock Park neglect sparks an outcry. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30. Police investigating the country's latest murder in the capital. The early morning ambush increasing the murder count to 45. Plus some West Grand Bahama community residents outrage following what they say is a failed promise by government. We have the full story straight ahead. Also, a close call. This as a fire breaks out at Great Commission Feeding Ministries. Hear why they are in need of your help. And later, we get an update from the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute following those wildfires in Andros. Our News Live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the NT Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as the environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being NT's Youth Ambassador for the Environment means that my words and my actions hold the power to help change the environment and the world around me. I find it exciting that I can be a student, live my life, and use my words and my voice to change the environment and world around me. Most times I think it's a privilege. It's our environment and it's our generation to own. I don't think as a young person that there's anything more rewarding than being a
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. The carnage continues. A paralyzed gang leader gunned down during an ambush by masked gunmen early this morning. It pushes the country's murder count to 45 for the year. News of the killing spread like a wildfire. The victim, Michael Fox Jr., leader of the Fox Hill Outlaws gang. Fox was bound to a wheelchair after he was left paralyzed by a shooting on Ida Street in 2015. Video circulated on social media of Fox slumped over in the driver's seat of his vehicle after crashing into a white truck. Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Christine Skippings.
It was shortly before 7 o'clock when our department was notified of gunshots emanating on the Fleming Street west of Hospital Lane. Preliminary information thus far revealed that a male, the driver of a black Acura TLX, pulled up to a residence here on Fleming Street, and immediately he was accosted by 3 masked males who exited a gray Jeep. These males, all of whom were armed with high-powered weapons, opened fire on the victim, shooting him multiple times. He was a prolific offender that was well known to us. We've had him in our custody a number of times. We've spoken to him.
Sources tell Our News Fox's gang was feuding with 2 other gangs. He was believed to be the mastermind of a $1 million heist of an armored truck at Odyssey Airport last year. Dino Smith, one of Fox's associates who was also a suspect in that heist, was killed in an ambush in January as he drove along Prince Charles Drive. Smith's passenger, Shatir Wells, also killed in the incident. Asked about the senselessness of the killing, Skippings had this to say.
When these individuals come into custody, you ask them, who may want to take your life? These are questions the fine men and women from the Criminal Investigations Department ask on a daily basis. But they refuse to provide us with the information. And when you refuse to provide us with the information, incidents like this could be your fate.
We turn to Grand Bahama as concerns mount in the West Grand Bahama community as some residents claim one of the major parks in 8 Mile Rock is being neglected. Tonight we speak with several residents as well as the Member of Parliament who's addressing the issue.
After the election, they gone. They gone. So right now we feel manipulated and swing.
These West Grand Bahama residents who choose to not be on camera is calling the reconstruction of a park in the Pine Forest 8 Mile Rock community in West Grand Bahama a failed promise by government. This as they claim during the recent West Grand Bahama and Bimini by-election, the park was a concern raised to the now area MP who confirmed the park will be torn down and refurbished.
The main thing is how they put these bulldozers and the truck this year around election time, making it seem as if this was an immediate process, like they can do this right away. But now that people are in where they're supposed to be, or whatever, what you call it, things just disappear from around here. They ain't even finished break down the park. Look at the grass even growing up. They don't do nothing in the park. In the park here look like a forest.
The men say the park means a lot to the community.
Symbolize a park. If you ride from Diamond Street to Hillburn, every neighborhood of a park, except for right here, Pine Forest. And that's been going on for years. Our neighborhood and the community. Finally thought we was getting one. Right. Finally thought we was and the residents fed up with that.
We spoke with the MP for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, about the issue. He admits that the promise was made and reassures residents the park will be completed.
Drawings were completed. A costing was done. Recently, what I would have received back recently, and is now submitted to the Prime Minister's office for review and hopefully and sign off. And hopefully we will see something in the not too distant future.
He also had this reminder for residents.
Dealing with government things, some things don't happen when we want it and immediately. But I can say that that is a high priority on our list, the Prime Minister's list.
All right, well, Great Commission Feeding Ministries is in need of your help tonight after an electrical fire broke out at its headquarters on Wolf Road. Great Commission Ministry feeds thousands of needy people each year and also shelters the homeless. Founder Bishop Walter Hanchel says the fire caused extensive damage in the kitchen setting. The organization back over $30,000. And you won't believe how they found out. A Good Samaritan called them.
We had a lot of damages to some equipment. We had a lot of fire, a lot of smoke damage. We lost some food. We lost a lot of equipment. But we are grateful that the building was not burned to the ground, because if nobody had seen that smoke or called the police, then I'm sure that right now we would be out of a building, which means that the crowd that comes to us for help every day would not be able to eat, would not be able to get shelter, would not be able to get help.
While the fire did not impact operations, Bishop Hanchel says the organization is left at a disadvantage.
All of our donors, all of our supporters who has helped us over the years, and those who will help us to rebuild, because we have to get those get the building back in proper shape for serving and for taking care of all these people. And with the Lord's help and with the favor and with the compassion that so many people have, I know that we'll get the job done. But we need your help.
President of the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, Dr. Ravinia Roberts-Hanna, says BAMSI did not have any financial loss in the areas most impacted by fires that swept parts of Andros last month. The fires began in Andros on April 10th and took days for firefighters to out the flames. Dr. Roberts-Hanna says the long-term impact to operations was minimal.
Did not affect operations as such because BAMSI sits on 800 acres of land. So those 40%, we've had additional food source for the animals. We've already begun our restoration protocols, and so those pastures are actually on their way to being restored.
All over the weekend, we witnessed an historic moment as horse trainer Larry Demerit took reins at the 150th Kentucky Derby with his horse West Saratoga. From humble beginnings to the grandest stage, we've tracked their journey and just what lies ahead for this dynamic duo after a 12th place finish. Well, our Marlena Leonard brings us the inspiring story in about 5 minutes. But for now, nice weather conditions across the islands. A great start to the work week. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome everybody for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 79 degrees, few clouds, a bit on the breezy side. The winds out of the east at 14 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 79. Satellite radar composite showing dry conditions across the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas. That's all courtesy of a high-pressure system in charge. But we have a mid and upper level disturbance moving across the southeast Bahamas that's triggering some showers and some isolated thunderstorms across that area. We expect most of that activity to be pulling into the open Atlantic. High pressure will build across the remainder of the islands through tomorrow, and we're looking at some warmer temperatures over the next several days. That's your quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, residents from around the country turning out for Power Boat Club's annual poker run. We have the full story straight ahead. Plus, we feature Larry Demerit, the first Bahamian horse trainer in the Kentucky Derby with his horse West Saratoga. Our Marlena Leonard has the exclusive story on what's next for the team when our news continues.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
Look who we caught here on the Charlie Bahamas show, Andrew Zimmerman. But listen, this is like your second home.
It is my second home. I'm 75% Bahamian.
Oh yeah, 75%. And this show is 100% Bahamian. Tell me about your path to becoming a chef. And while you do that, hold this so I could eat.
Growing up in a house with my mom.
I love fire engine. If you had a fire engine, you've never been to Bahamas.
So catch Charlie Bahamas' new episodes on Our TV Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
If you thought...
This past Saturday, both enthusiasts from near and far converged at the Point Marina for the Bahamas Power Boat Club's annual poker run. From across the nations to visitors from the United States and Canada, it was a gathering of maritime excitement. Stay tuned as our entertainment correspondent Daniel Miller brings you all the thrilling highlights. But before we go to that story, Bahamians gathering around their televisions this weekend to support horse trainer Larry Demerit, as he became the first Bahamian horse trainer in Kentucky in the Kentucky Derby history with his horse West Saratoga. We've been following their story leading up to the race, and now our Marlena Leonard has the story of what's next for the dynamic duo.
That's the thing. I was so surprised how so many Bahamians come over to support me. And I didn't get, the only thing I'm sad I wasn't able to meet them in person because they were in the infield. But I was so happy because I know my Bahamian folks always support the athletes and the success we do. I want to thank my Bahamian folks, my family, you know, and I hope I represent them well.
That's Larry Demerit, Bahamian horse trainer of West Saratoga. On Saturday at the 150th Kentucky Derby, he became the first Bahamian trainer and only the second black trainer to saddle up a horse in the Kentucky Derby since the 1950s. West Saratoga placed 12th in the race. Demerit says,
I felt like we could have finished a little bit higher in the position because he got wiped out, he got checked down the backside of the half mile, and then he really got knocked out, turning for home. A horse wiped his hind end out of it. But he's so game, he kept running. He could have packed it in, you know, but he kept running. And this is the kind of horse I know he is. But I think with a better trip, we would have been at least fourth in the race. But hey, we can't worry about that now.
For now, the horse trainer tells us their focus is on letting West Saratoga enjoy his vacation.
My team, all the guys was great. Because we have this thing in our bond that we don't want no negative energy because it runs true to the horse. And the horse displayed how happy he was that day. We are going to give him a week off, just let him be a horse and graze him and let him get happy. And he's happy. He came up the race really good.
Demerit has this message for his supporters at home.
I just thank my whole country for the support they gave me, you know, and hopefully we can make them proud in the next race.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, boat lovers from across the country turning out for Power Boat Club's annual poker run. We have the full story straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, the country was introduced to a new superstar, and she teamed up with some big names to send the mixed 4x4 relay to Paris. No confetti?
I give the people what they want.
There you go.
And nice weather conditions on this Monday. Greg is back in the Weather Center when our news continues. Stay with us.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
Look who we caught here on the Charlie Bahamas show, Andrew Zimmerman. But listen, this is like your second home.
It is my second home. I'm 75% Bahamian.
Oh yeah, 75%. And this show is 100% Bahamian. Tell me about your path to becoming a chef. And while you do that, hold this so I could eat.
Growing up in a house with my mom.
I love fire engine. If you had a fire engine, you've never been to Bahamas.
So catch Charlie Bahamas' new episodes on our TV, Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not.
Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical?
This is our news. Welcome back. Team Bahamas Mixed Relay 4x4 team qualifies and is headed to Paris. Here now with our sports presented by 10th year seniors is Ronaldo Dorset and John Mark Nutt.
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to Our Sports presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. The mixed 4x4 relay team provided the highlight of the night for the home crowd at the BTC World Athletics Relays. The team of Stephen Gardner, Shawnee Miller-Weibo, Alonzo Russell, and Shania Adderley ran to a new national record of 3 minutes 12.81 seconds to win Heat 2 on Night 2 of qualification. Gardner got things started with a 45.08 second split on the first leg and handed the baton off to the 16-year-old Adderley, who went from the scapegoat on Night 1 to the hero on Night 2.
I just wanted to prove the negative comments wrong, and age don't matter. You can do anything once God has it back.
Adderley surrendered the lead on the ankle leg on Night 1, but delivered an awe-inspiring performance last night with her split of 53.12 seconds. Russell held on to the lead in the third leg, and Miller-Weibo brought the baton home with the qualification and new national record intact. While everyone celebrated the qualification, the moment quickly became a celebration of Adderley's performance against the odds.
No matter what people say, you know, you're a junior and you're running with elite world-class athletes, so we can't expect any more from her. We're just happy that she got the experience, and she's now a part of a senior national team record.
I just told Shania, just give me something to work with, and I'll bring it back if I need to. But then she gave it to me in front, so what I had to do was, just finish. Honestly, Shania was going to do what she do.
Once Shania had brought it back in the lead, I was just super hyped, and I wasn't really thinking of I didn't even know how I ran it, to be honest. I was just rocking off with the crowd, and they just brought me home, and I'm just so excited with.
Both the men's and women's 4x100 team failed to qualify for the Olympics, but remain optimistic on the development of their teams. In the women's 4x100 meter, the team of Devon Charlton, Camille Rutherford, Charisma Taylor, and Printancia Johnson finished finished 9th overall on night 2 in 43.32 seconds.
We got some cleaning up to do. The I signed off wasn't the best. I still tried to run as fast as I can to get a chassis. And we just didn't happen. This didn't happen today.
I thought it was pretty solid. Given it's only the second time that the four of us have run together as a team. Had some mishaps for sure, but that's what comes with the territory, with the event.
The men's 4x100 team of Samson Coburg, Somali Farrington, Carlos Brown, and Ian Kerr finished 15 overall in 39.21 seconds, a season best.
It shows that the country's investing in us, going to these different meets and putting in the effort to see that we improve, and I can't ask anything better than with these guys.
It was a busy meet for Alonzo Russell as he went from the mixed 4x4 right into the men's 4x4. Russell teamed with Wendell Miller, Shaquem Hall-Smith, and Zion Shepard to finish 9th overall on the second night of qualification in 3 minutes, 8.29 seconds.
It's just a great experience being back home. I haven't competed in 2 years, so it's great to be back home in front of the home crowd.
Definitely took this experience, and I'm used to elite competition, so this is not maybe the first, but it won't be the last.
Shepard was another 16-year-old junior athlete thrust into the spotlight to run at the senior level.
The experience, that's a good experience for me, because I'm a junior athlete and I can learn a lot from these professionals.
That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. For John Mark Nutt, I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, hundreds of Bahamians taking part in the Power Boat Club's annual poker run. Our Daniel Miller was there for all the action. Also, lovely weather outside the Our News studios this evening. Greg is back with more weather details right after this break.
If life was as smooth as Heineken...
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
Look who we caught here on the Charlie Bahamas show, Andrew Zimmerman. But listen, this is like your second home.
It is my second home. I'm 75% Bahamian.
Oh yeah, 75%. And this show is 100% Bahamian. Tell me about your path to becoming a chef, and while you do that, hold this so I could eat.
Growing up in a house with my mom,
I love fire engine. If you had a fire engine, you've never been to Bahamas.
So catch Charlie Bahamas' new episodes on our TV, Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you know Sally?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not.
Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
Are you or
Welcome back to our news. Overcast skies in the capital to start off the work week. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended weather forecast. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for a final check at weather. High pressure system in charge of our area. Most of the activity across the southeast Bahamas, that's associated with a mid to upper level disturbance that's moving from west to east, triggering some showers and some thunderstorms across that location. Most of that activity will pull out towards the east and into the Atlantic. High pressure will build in from the west across the remainder of the islands. We are looking for some very warm temperatures over the next couple of days, so we're asking you if you plan on doing anything on the outdoors. Make sure you take some precautions, drink lots of water, and if you have to be outdoors, take frequent breaks because it's going to get rather warm over the next several days. Systems to the north will stay to the north. High pressure will stay with us for the next several days before we see an increase in some moisture. As that high slides out, we turn more towards the southeast with winds and a frontal boundary expected by the end of the week. Future forecast showing quiet conditions. Once again, that moisture across the southeast Bahamas exiting the area, and we're looking at dry conditions through Tuesday, and that will carry in through Wednesday. Weather-wise, it will be quiet for us. Boating conditions for the northwest and central Bahamas. Caution flag in place for you guys out there. East to southeast winds 15 knots. They will come down tomorrow 10 to 15. Seas 3 to 5 feet. High tide is at 7:23 tonight. The low tide takes place at 1:49 in the morning. For the southeast Bahamas, caution flag in place for you guys down there as well, but winds are stiffer. Easterly at 15 to 20 knots. Seas running 4 to 6 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we will continue with this mostly sunny and pleasant conditions. A little on the warm side, temperatures are starting to get into the mid-80s. By the end of the week, we're looking at mid to upper 80s. So we're asking you once again to make sure you stay protected if you plan on doing anything on the outdoors. That's a look at our weather. Make it a great night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, on Saturday, boat lovers from around the country and as far as the United States and Canada assemble at the Point Marina for the Bahamas Powerboat Club's annual Polka Run. Our Danielle Miller was there and has all of the highlights. Danielle?
Let's take things full throttle with Bahamas Powerboat Club with their 2024 Polka Run.
Our destination, Great Harbor Key. Those who participated in the actual Polka Run were guided by a helicopter. Other boats considered the party boats, like the one we were on, followed along as we all headed to the beach party. But as we made our way there, some private vessels turned around due to weather conditions. As we approached the beach, waters reflected perfect, yet transparent shades of blue.
We are here on the beach. We have food, music, and of course, a lot of fun.
The drinks was overflowing, and when we came, I've been having a good time. Like, the drinks have been overflowing, like I said, the food is good, and we just been vibing.
Despite some boaters turning around as we left New Providence, there were still boats lined up at the Berry Islands beach shoreline, including this sea craft that came in from Canada. We were told that we were looking at more than $20 million worth of sea vessels.
It's a beautiful thing. I love boats. I love boating. So it's a beautiful event for all the boaters to get together. We had about 40 to 50 boaters came from Freeport this morning. Weather wasn't permitting, but we still persevered and we still came through because it's a beautiful time for all of us to get together, to unite.
Okay, this event is bringing money to the vendors, and I guess everybody who in business in Great Harbor Key, everybody is getting a part of this.
Polka Run, we outside. Yours for the DJ Cannon. We keep having a good time. Great Harbor Key. Y'all won't miss next year, all right?
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks, Danny. Looks exciting. I love the water and I love the boats. Of course, to see that story again, you can visit ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News tonight on behalf of the entire team. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.